Milwaukee Bucks playing pretty solid defense. There've been some lapses and some issues that I've taken with some of the coverages that they've had, but again, minor, fairly. Even in that critique, the Bulls are playing with heart. They're playing with heart. They're playing locked in. They're up by 2 at the half. Nothing substantial. Playing okay defense. On Giannis, he does have 20 points and 10 rebounds in the first half alone, but he's 7 of 17 from the field. He's gotten to the free throw line 9 times, but as I said before, there are no other Bucks players in double digits. Brook Lopez is the closest with 9 points. They do have 2 players off the bench with 8 points in Bobby Portis and Hill. But other than that, the Milwaukee Bucks shooting 23% from three-point range. 41% from the field overall. They have 26 rebounds to our 22 rebounds. But on the flip side, the Bulls, while not have taken very many threes in this game, they are 4 for 9 from the three-point range. They are 50% overall from the field as well. They have 10 assists on 22 made baskets. 6 blocks do the Bulls have as well, and 5 turnovers in this game. That's actually tied with the Bucks as far as the turnover battle. The Bulls are playing. They're playing okay. They're playing okay, playing with more heart, definitely, than what we've seen in the game against Houston. They definitely understand the importance of this matchup. It feels like, especially on their home court. Like I said, been some things that I haven't liked, but very minor, if I'm just admitting it. Nothing like too egregious as far as the Chicago Bulls defense or anything's out there. It's a pretty solid game, a fun game at that, in a game where the Bulls, at least in the first half so far, have looked damn good. They lost the first quarter by 4 points. They end up winning the second quarter by 6. Pretty solid play from the Bulls. Zach LaVine, he's 3 of 7, which isn't good, but he has 10 points. DeMar DeRozan, 7 of 12 with 16 points. Vooch is only 2 for 6. If you look and get better production from those players, that can kind of turn around. Pat is 2 for 4 with 4 points. Ayo Dosunmu's 1 for 3 with 2 points. Goran Dragic leading the bench in scoring with 12 points. Drummond has 6 points as well. Kobe White not having the game like we're used to seeing Kobe White have. We even got a Dalen Terry sighting for a minute in this game. So we'll see. Javonte's playing some really good defense on Giannis, making Giannis think out there at times. But like I said, nothing too egregious, nothing too bad, nothing too crazy negatively or positively for the Bulls right now. They're just playing a pretty damn solid basketball game. That's just really what this is. All right, let's see what you guys got to say. Even though Giannis is probably what you mean, is getting a little bit hot, you've got to give it to Patrick Williams some credit because he's definitely making it tough for him along with Javonte Green. Yeah, Javonte and Pat are making Giannis think, and that's all you can hope for. Yeah, he has a double-double in the first half, and of course, box score watchers are gonna run towards that. But if you've been watching this game, Giannis could have easily had 35 points in this first half. Their defense has helped keep him from having that big of a output in this one. Braxton Buss says, not a bad game. Yeah, not a bad game at all. Love your channel from Australia. What's going on, Arthur? I'm glad to have you here, brother. You know what I find funny? Fact that people call that stupid for just making two signings in free agency, and those basically were the best ones of free agency. Well, they definitely are doing a lot better than some of the people that Bulls fans wanted us to sign. That's for sure. Tough first half. Glad they're playing defense. Yeah, that's what we needed to see. Toxic Chug YT says, Haize, what do you think if we had Dragic as our starting point guard? Wouldn't be the same. I've talked about this. I get asked this probably on every stream. Goran Dragic is able to play in the way that he does because his minutes are mitigated. Even if Goran Dragic was to start, he would not be getting more minutes. Like, he just has a minutes cap. It's partially because of his age, and it's what keeps him fresh. So I don't think that, him starting would really change much. He's playing in his perfect role off the bench, I think. Shy City 1 says, what I hate about Giannis is he elbows and shoulders his way through the paint and the refs just let him. I mean, when you're a superstar, you get superstar type calls. That is one of the things that Giannis does get away with. Markel, not as bad as I thought it would be. I figured we'd be down by like 10 to 15, and we got a Dalen sighting. Yeah, it's crazy. I can't say what happened in the first half, but I can say for the second, like what we're doing, but we got to clean up the turnovers. But what happened to Kobe? I don't know. I know Giannis is one of the most dominant players in the league, but his game is so boring to watch. Dude, can't even shoot, I guess as well. Oh, no, Giannis can shoot if he gets open. But listen, I will take boring all day if your team is winning like the Milwaukee Bucks were. Like, I get the critique, but even when like the Spurs were at the top and people were like the Spurs, I don't care. If my team right now was 22-11, 11 games above 500, and the biggest critique on them is that they were boring to watch, cool. Don't watch. Let's get these dubs, right? Let's get these dubs. Please let me know if I'm wrong, but the last foul didn't look like one. No, by the nature, it was a foul. Kind of just is what it is there. The way they're battling is what pissed me off. They should play like this against you. They should play like this against every team. You are 5 games below 500. You need to play like this against every team. Alvin Silver needs to fucking find the Bulls, bro. They can't keep getting away with this shit. Literally only play competitively against better teams and don't show up for others. Listen, man. There'd be a lot of teams being fined if that was the case. You can tell the Bulls were looking forward to this game and overlooking the Rockets. I mean, they said it. They admitted it. Matthew says, you say there are some small things you don't like defensively. What are those? The things that I don't like defensively so far is the using Javonte heavily on Giannis, because eventually Giannis is just going to start posting them up. I do like Javonte on Giannis, but to me, I think you want to rotate Javonte on Giannis every once in a while. Let me not say every once in a while, but you don't want to have him exclusively doing it. Now, they did put Drummond on him in some possessions, Patrick Williams, but honestly, the Bulls are probably doing everything they can on Giannis, honestly. And then outside of that, I don't like I think it's a combo zone that they're running at times. I don't like it. Not again. I get the Milwaukee Bucks aren't the best 3-point shooting team, but they absolutely do have players that can get hot. And the Bulls haven't been the best in zone defense, so that kind of bothers me in some ways as well. And then who they have, even like Zach LaVine getting switched on the Bobby Porters. We got to watch out for those type of things. Now, there was a possession in which Zach LaVine actually played really good defense on Bobby Porters and forced him to take a tough shot. But it's things like that. I feel like we're already a small team, and I feel like the Bulls are putting their players in not the best situations defensively. Now, we've done okay because we've been playing with activity, but I worry about how that's going to go over the course of a full game. So those are the kind of things that are bothering me a little bit defensively. Big Poppy Mofungo says, hey, Haize, I'm not a Bears fan, but I'm a believer of Justin Fields. You think the Bears should trade for Adams? This is not Chicago Bears Central, bro. You got to go over to Chicago Bears Central for that, fam. Brandon Jess says, I'm starting to believe at Shea doesn't believe in spell check. Leave Shea alone, bro. Black Dave says, I know this rubs you the wrong way. Dude, I hope Bulls trade Vooch. I wish Vooch had the heart of Javonte Green. He's soft. He gets free throw rebounds. Can't guard the post well. Just not a fit. Let's see, the thing that I feel like people overuse is the word soft. I guarantee you, Nikola Vucevic is tougher than 95% of the people in the chat. He's not soft. He's just a slow player, and he's not the greatest defensive player. But like I said, and it doesn't rub me the wrong way. It's just that when you only focus on bringing in someone that doesn't do what a player does, you miss out on how the things they do well. I try to put a space in there, help the team. And with Nikola Vucevic, so many fans make these suggestions on, let's just bring in a shot blocking big. And it's like, okay, fine. But then your spacing on your floor is going to be completely shit, especially if that shot blocking big can't also pass and is not the solid passer that Nikola Vucevic is. And I also think like Vooch is not put in the best situations, because even when you talk about somebody guarding the middle, part of that is the point of attack defense, which is not Vooch's fault. The guards just don't do a good job at helping him out. So it's not that it rubs me the wrong way. I just like to frame it in a realistic way to have the conversation around it. If you replace Nikola Vucevic with another center, which is not to say that there aren't centers that would be better on this team than Nikola Vucevic, but a lot of times people suggest these centers that are just like people who say Drummond should start over Vooch. Drummond's an okay passer, but again, when you have a player like DeMar DeRozan on the team that is basically a post player, it's going to clog up your floor spacing so much if you just have a lumbering big who's a little mobile and can block some shots. right? If they're not a passer, if they don't at least have a mid-range of 15-foot shot, if they don't have those things, you can bring in a better defensive player than Vooch, but I guarantee you our offense takes a considerable hit if that's the type of player that they're replacing Nikola Vucevic with. Haize, don't get me wrong. I can respect Giannis' talent and athleticism, but damn, all he does is get a running start and knock people over. I mean, hey, listen, I can't argue that. You are spot on. But when he does it at the level that he does it, I mean, listen, it kind of is what it is, right? It'd be different if he was doing that and it wasn't translating to wins. He's 4th in the league in scoring, 5th in the league in rebounding, 37th in assists, that has the 23rd highest field goal percentage. Listen, I'll take that all day, every day. I feel you. I'm not disagreeing with you. But right now, I would absolutely take that. Black Dave says, soft objectively speeding, he beat all our asses. Miles Turner, LO, I know I'm tripping. Salient points, guru, good points. Well, and that's the thing, like Miles Turner, he's not the passer Vooch is, but he's a better shooter, better shot blocker. He's not the passer that Vooch is. But I do think that there's a way that it could work, right? DeAndre Ayton, I said earlier, but it's like, are those players realistically gettable for the Chicago Bulls, right? That's the biggest question. Bucks run halfback dive every play with Giannis. Yeah, they do. Simba says, yeah, I'll stop talking about the whole center because if he was being used the way he should be, the basketball IQ on the floor thing, the basketball IQ on this thing on the floor would look completely different, but the coaching staff, yeah, I mean, listen, Vooch is not, and a lot of players on this team aren't used to their best capabilities. They're just not. And you know, it is what it is. Matthew asks, what do you think of starting lineup of Lonzo, Kobe, Zach, Patton? What are you trying to lose? I mean, Kobe's taking leaps and bounds, but Zach starting at the 3, there's some dangerous threes in the league. And while Zach has improved defensively, I think that's a recipe for disaster, right? And there's something to be said that, yeah, Kobe's improved and playing good, but there's something to be said that you need that production off the bench to a degree. Hearing Kobe White out for the rest of the game with an injury fucking sucks. Hey, listen, it does. But maybe that opens up some time for Dalen Terry. Off subject, but Keelan Hayes just knocked Mo Wagner out like a punch? Really? Oh, I got to find this. Good halftime chat. Let's fucking go. For sure. For sure. Oh, for defense. Just as a defensive lineup? I don't hate it. My bad, bro. I misunderstood. I thought you meant as like an overall. My bad. Not gonna lie, Zach's passing is not good at all, bro. Always missing. He had a couple of passes that were good in there, but yeah, Zach, and I don't even think that that's necessarily a basketball IQ thing. I think that Zach doesn't think about the passes good enough sometimes. I don't know what to say. He hasn't had any turnovers, so there you go in that. But it definitely is much to be desired when it come to that. There was a brawl at the Pistons game. Oh, I'm going to have to check that out. He punched him in the back of the head? Oh, come on. That's not what it is. All right, game's coming back on. I will be back here, post-game show. Love you guys. Go Bulls. See red, all that good stuff. Let's see if the Bulls can pull it together, keep this solid play up in the second half, and can they get a dub tonight? Let's see that. I'll see you guys at the post-game show.